Okay, I'm playing Boros, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're going to do Boros. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm NeonMushroom. Max is here, as usual. He basically owns this building at this point. We're playing some modern Magic the Gathering, and we're playing some cool decks. Mine is an iteration of a deck that's been around and haunting the format for the last...
Since it came out.
Since Nadu was banned, basically. So let's talk about your deck first, because it's a reiteration of an old deck that's now new and good again.
Yes, I'm playing Grinding Station Underworld Breach combo. New cards from Modern Horizons 3. We've got Tamio. That is the biggest one. We needed a legendary 1-drop that's not Ragavan and this Tamio does it all in this deck. It
Being
makes
blue
artifacts.
is huge.
It's blue, and when it flips, it's blue and green, which is outstanding. Malevolent Rumble is a hell of a card. And we've got Shifting Woodland, which is surprisingly an awesome win condition through counter magic.
Yeah, just make a copy of your Graveyarded Breach and win the game.
Yeah.
Nice counter spell.
Yeah. And it can't really be stopped, which is really cool.
And for those who don't know, the combo, it's a lot of people watch Breach players win and think it's convoluted. It's really not. You need a Grinding Station, which is a 2-mana artifact. And whenever an artifact, you can sacrifice an artifact to it.
So it says tap and sacrifice an artifact.
Yep.
Target player mills 3 cards.
Easy.
Cool ability. Whenever another artifact comes into play, untap it. The goal here is to have an Underworld Breach, which lets you play your artifacts, your 0-mana artifacts out of your graveyard, and you get to chain Mox Ambers or Mishra's Baubles infinitely if you have...
Because you're milling 3, which pays
3
for the Underworld Breach Escape 3.
For the Escape 3.
Yeah.
And then you can do that until, if you're doing it with a Mishra's Bauble, you do it until you find a Mox Amber. As long as you've got a legendary, your Mox Amber is going to tap for blue, and then you're going to add an extra mana every time you chain these together, and eventually you're going to mill your whole library, and then you're just going to cast a Thassa's Oracle,
and that will win the game. And if your opponent consigns you, you escape the Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah,
you just got to use your own heat or something to kill it.
Your Thassa's Oracle and play it again.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and then I'm playing, this is Boros Energy. We're splashing blue. I'm not calling it Jeskai Energy because that's a whole different deck, but this is technically a Jeskai Energy deck. We are playing Boros Energy. It is the normal shell of Boros Energy. Stuff you're used to: Ocelot Pride, Guide of Souls, Amped Raptor, Ajani, all the good stuff, Phlage. We're splashing blue for the main board edition of Expressive Iteration, which definitely seems weird. But we want something to do with blue in our main board because the blue is really for some sideboard cards, specifically one sideboard card. Nice thing about Iteration, it allows us to really get into those ring turns when we're on a mulligan to 5 or 6, which this deck does somewhat often. And the deck's curve is set up in a way where you can usually get all of the value out of the Iteration, which is nice. The real card we want blue for out of the sideboard is for Consign to Memories. This deck has a very poor Through the Breach matchup and a very poor Amulet Titan matchup. It shores both of those matchups very nicely. It also is very good into the mirror, where you can consign your opponent's ring, and if only you're ringing, you're probably going to win the game. Other than that, it's pretty typical. Something that we aren't putting in this deck that we normally would is Chain to the Rocks, because our mana base has changed. We don't have quite as many mountains as we used to. So we're going to play Static Prison instead, and we're going to max out on Galvanic Discharge since we just don't have access to as many Exile Your Thing effects as we used to. And that's everything everyone needs to know. Let's grab those dice.
These ones.
Roll them up.
Yeah.
All right.
Right in the middle.
I'll call even.
Rude. Wow. All right.
Reroll.
Again. Give me that back.
All right, 5. Come on, money.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'll take a play. Good luck. Are there any bees behind me right now that you can see?
There's a Mario.
That's kind of like a bee.
There's a mushroom.
This hand is I think it's a hesitant keep. I've got things to do across the curve, but it's not super aggressive. Neither Max or I'm not revealing a companion, no Gigantha. We're playing a Skyclave Apparition as a concession to all the rings in the format.
This hand has an Emery and a way to get it out sooner, but not turn 1. But I've got a Saga. I don't know what I'm playing against. There's no Gigantha. I can't tell what I'm playing against, so I'm going to keep it.
All right, we're going to keep it simple. I'm going to play this Flooded Strand and fetch and shock. I'm going to grab a Sacred Foundry, tap it for white, and play Ocelot Pride.
Love that. This Unholy Heat's going to do some work.
It sure is.
Untap, upkeep, draw, Mount Hand. Unholy Heat.
Oh, there goes my Ocelot Pride.
It's gone.
That's very stinky of you.
Yes.
Here, cut if you'd like to. It's a very dead Ocelot Pride.
Pass turn.
Untap and draw. Let's go ahead and just, we don't have a lot of actions to take right now, but we'll just put a mismatched Sacred Foundry into play tapped and pass.
Love that. Oh, I love that you have nothing to do right now. That's so great for me. Misty Rainforest. I have an Ottawa. I'm going to save this Ottawa for a sec.
That makes sense.
Beep boop. What do we want? We want a green-blue breeding pool.
Breeding pool.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all those colors.
The mana in this deck is interesting where I need a lot of blue for all of my legendary creatures. I need red every once in a while for Unholy Heat and then my combo for Underworld Breach. But Shifting Woodland means I want to have green at some point as well. So needing green for Shifting Woodland and for Malevolent Rumble seems important.
Agreed.
It does mean when we played earlier, I had to hurt myself a lot with our mana base. Mishra's Bauble.
Yeah, you bobbling me?
I am casting an
Emery
Emery so I can cast it for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did not hit any things. There's an Underworld Breach, a Mumble, and an Emery. I'm going to bobble you. Oh, I hate that. No, okay.
Great.
Go ahead. On your upkeep.
Untap. You draw. I'll draw this Bombardment. We're not doing Bombardment things just yet. We're going to play Aether Hub. And then we're going to, what's the best way to do this? I think, just Phlage it.
Okay, it's dead.
I'll gain 3.
1, 2, 3.
Go ahead.
Did you get an energy?
I have not gotten it yet, thank you.
You do get an energy.
I get 1 energy.
Okay, well, here's a Saga. 1. Here's a Mamber. And here is another Emery. Let's go.
Gross, but it resolves.
1, 2, 3, 4. We are not doing too much yet. We did hit 2 Underworld Breaches, which is poopy.
We're cooking. He's cooking.
I will play I played my Saga. We're good. I haven't done.
All right, untap and draw. There are a couple ways we could do this. I think I'm going to keep playing it slow now that I know what Max is up to. I'm going to play Skyclave.
Emery?
I'm going to take out the Emery.
She's gone.
Go ahead.
That is 3 Emerys gone because I milled 1 too.
That's great. At some point, he's going to play Tamiyo. It's going to be less good, but that's okay.
Upkeep, draw, tick. Let's play a Footed Woodhills. And
Footed Wooded.
We're going to just Urza Saga plan, I think, is the name of the game now.
That tracks.
Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Let us... Yeah, it's time to use this energy. See if we get, what do you call it? Spell snared. I do suspect he has it in his hand based on the way he's been using his mana. But here's an iteration.
I don't have it.
He doesn't have it. Okay, 1, a 2, a 3. We really wanted to hit a land there, but we didn't, and that's okay. We're gonna take this Guide of Souls and exile it. We'll put, what's going in our hand here? Let's say this card's going in our hand. This is going to the bottom. Then this is still in exile. That's here. Then we can play this Guide of Souls. Then, if I attack Max and he makes a construct, it trades with Skyclave, and Max gets a 3/3 token.
Truth.
And that sounds medium. I'm just going to pass.
I'm going to make a construct.
Makes sense.
Here's an Android. And I'm going to crack this. We're going to Surveil, and it's got to be a Thunder Falls because Hedge Maze is in the yard.
Yep. And there's no commercial district because that's a really awkward, like...
There's only 1 green-red land in here, and that's fine.
And I think that's the only one you want because you don't usually get it, and when you do, it's because you need both, and you want to shock it usually.
Yeah.
So
okay, we're gonna Surveil. It's a Shifting Woodland. That's
probably
great.
makes up for
that. Okay, untap, upkeep, draw, trigger.
Float mana. Or are we making a
I have only drawn lands. We're gonna be on the make constructs plan, I think.
That makes sense.
And I'm gonna make a construct. We are gonna go get a Haywire Mite because I know you have a bombardment in your hand. I didn't mill it, right? I didn't mill it. We're good. There he is. And we're leaving open green-blue. I'm going to play another Saga. And I'm going to go to combat. We're going to get busy for 4.
I take 4. 16-0.
I will pass the turn.
Okay, we're untapping. We're upkeeping. We're drawing this card. That's kind of what we wanted to draw. We're playing this Flooded Strand. We're fetching. We're shocking.
Everything is happening.
Everything's happening all at once, all the time. We're going to grab a Steam Vents, which is, I guess not that weird because you've already seen the Expressive, but if I had an Expressive and you were my opponent, you'd be like, excuse me? Cut if you'd like to. I'm going to play Ajani.
I can't do anything about it.
So I'm going to gain 2 life thanks to the Guide of Souls and get 2 energy because the Ajani makes a little friend known as Cat Warrior.
Yep.
AKA Bro Johnny.
Johnny.
Then I'm going to play Goblin Bombardment.
You did it.
All right, so I'm going to sacrifice my Cat Warrior to deal a damage to you.
To me. I will take 1.
Trigger the Ajani.
Right now, I'm going to blow up your bombardment.
Gone.
And I'm going to... It's exiled. I'm going to gain 2.
Then Ajani's...
That matters for Phlage.
It does. It also matters for this Ajani's ability.
Yep.
Because I'm going to use the Ajani to 0 and make a Cat Warrior, getting yet another energy. Then when I go to combat and attack you
and
for...
a life?
Yeah, and a
so
life.
Did you gain any of your lives?
I just haven't gained the last one.
Okay.
Then when we go to combat, I'm going to attack with the Skyclave Apparition, and I will float it.
It's flying.
So you can't block, so take 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Then I'll pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. That was a good one.
Uh-oh.
Here's a shifting woodland.
A whiffing shitland.
Yep. We're going to take a turn off from doing things and play the One
Play
Ring.
the One Ring. That makes sense.
Yeah. What do we want to leave open? We want to leave open a green, blue. We'll leave open blue, red. I'm going to draw a card.
Yeah.
Let's go Tameo. Nope. There's a bauble. We're going to leave that there so my guys are bigger.
5/5s.
They are 5/5s. Let's go both at Ajani.
Yeah, Johnny's dead.
Okay. I have protection from everything. I will pass the turn.
All right, let's go ahead and untap.
I do want to draw more cards. On your upkeep, I want to see what you're drawing.
Yeah, I'll just show this to you.
I'm going to do it on my
Windswept.
end step because I do want to draw on my turn.
Got it. That's fine.
Or on your
That's
turn,
fine.
in case it's a removal spell for Thundering Falls.
We'll play Windswept Heath. I'm going to fetch now, actually. I'm going to go grab me a basic Plains. Cut if you'd like to. I'm going to
got
attack
to kill me this turn.
4. I don't think... Well, I mean, you got ring protection. How am I supposed to do that?
I know. Yep, you're right.
The One Ring.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to pay a life, draw... Or pay a burden
you get
counter,
a counter,
draw a card. There's that. And then I will pass the turn.
Okay, untap, upkeep. On my upkeep, I will lose 1.
Yep, that's good.
I will draw. We have a trigger. I'm going to float 1. I think we just want more mana. It's in my hand. I can't do that.
That's tough.
I guess we're getting a bubble.
Sure.
All right, we have 1 mana. Let's play a Flooded Woodhills.
Yep, fetch.
I'm going to fetch. We already have our mountain. We're going to shock. There's a stomping ground. You have 1 mana open, right?
Correct.
That's neat. Okay, let's see some Shifting Woodland tricks. Green, red, whatever. Here is Shifting Woodland is now an Underworld Breach.
Yep, that happens.
We're just going to say that that's an Underworld Breach right there. Oh, I can tap 1 less because I have a colorless floating. Neat. There's an Underworld Breach.
Indeed.
Indeed. I have plenty of artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's cast an Emery.
That happens.
Mill 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I needed. I'm going to draw some cards. I forgot to do that too.
Yeah, that's fine.
1, 2. Womp, womp. I'm looking for specifically Grinding Station right now.
I mean, with Breach in play,
I think
you can go pretty deep.
I can go pretty deep. I think I'm just going to be chaining rings if I can't find it.
Oh, yeah.
Or chaining Emerys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll draw 2 cards. Okay, we did not find it. That's so sad. All right, here's blue. I'm going to cast another Emery.
Yep, Legend Rule applies.
Look for that. I do have to mill some things. Or
Exile 3.
some things. 3 lands. We're going to go look for that Grinding Station. We found a Grinding Station.
All right. He actually has the combo. I'm going to make him do it, though.
Okay, here is combo time. I need to cast this Grinding Station. So we are going to cast this Mox Amber from my hand.
Yep.
That's gone. We have 1, 2. Grinding Station. Exile 3 cards.
I will respond.
Okay.
I'm going to Galvanic Discharge Emery.
That puts a damper on everything right now.
It does. So I was going to say we can walk it back. There's a way you can play around this pretty easily.
I could float.
So what
mana with
happens
Mox
for
Ambers.
anyone, because if there's anyone newer watching and doesn't know what's going on, this combo doesn't work without a legendary because this Mox Amber needs to be able to continually make mana. And what Max just did was empty his entire mana pool. And his way to make mana is sorcery speed. So if I kill his only legend, he actually, combo ends here, he dies. I just kill him. Not literally, but like I do have access to multiple Phlages and a Guide of Souls, so he probably actually does die. So what he needs to do here is make like
I need
at
to cast
least
this
1 mana
other
first.
Mox Amber.
Yeah. So
Even
walk it
then-
back. Don't put that on the stack yet.
Yeah. Even then, casting this other Mox Amber, are you going to kill my Emery while that's on the stack?
I'll let you.
So
I'm gonna let you do your thing.
I'll have these 2 open.
Yeah.
I'll say float blue, cast Mox Amber.
So as you cast the Mox Amber, I am forced to. This is still my best time to kill the Emery, so I'm going to do this same thing.
Emery is dead.
But now he's able to use
I'm
that
going
blue
to use that blue
to make
Mox
another
Amber
one.
is going away.
Yep.
Cast Emery again.
And now we're in combo time.
Now we are in combo time. And now you are tapped out.
I am tapped out. Yep.
Yep. Just get rid of all these things. And then we'll mill 4 from Emery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Here's another blue. Here is now Grinding Station.
Grinding Station's in play?
Grinding Station.
Yep.
And we'll just start milling things. Now, how this combo works is I'm going to sacrifice Mox Amber.
This is important. Grinding Station triggers itself, right?
It does.
Yeah, so when it comes into play, you can activate it before untapping it.
Yep.
Just
I'll
for
have
newer
an
players.
extra untap on the stack. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to sacrifice this Mox Amber to mill myself for 3. Neat. That happened. I'm then going to play Mox Amber. Untaps this.
Yep. Exiling 3.
Exiling 3.
Perhaps the 3 you just milled.
Yep. And I'm going to float a blue this time. And then I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to keep doing this until my graveyard is my library.
Yep.
Or my library is my graveyard.
Along the way, he'll have like 5 or 6 blue mana made.
And I'll have enough blue mana to cast my 2 mana blue spell.
And I'm tapped out, and I can't stop him. So
Thassa's Oracle.
That's easy GG. We got to go to game 2.
Through you're the one ring.
It does, because you don't cause me to lose the game. You win the game.
I do win the game.
Yep, easy peasy.
Neat.
All right, very cool. 6 showing for game 1. We're going to sideboard, and I have a sneaking suspicion I'm bringing in some cards that are blue.
A lot of cards.
Yeah, a lot of cards.
A lot of cards.
We'll be back. All right, Max, we figured out sideboarding. You go first.
Okay, I am bringing in 4 and taking out 4. We're going to cut 2 Unholy Heats because I'm going to bring in a better removal spell, and I'm cutting. This deck is a really big cohesive puzzle that it needs all of its pieces to function. So it's hard to trim a bunch of one thing. We're cutting 1 Springleaf Drum and 1 Underworld Breach. I'm bringing in more targets for Urza Saga with Pithing Needle. I would like to stop his Ajani or his Goblin Bombardment from hitting me in the face. That's really how this deck has reach, and it kills people out of nowhere. Soul Guide Lantern is coming in to stop Phlage. And then I'm bringing in 2 Pyroclasms because it really says kill everything except for Phlage.
Yep, that's fair. It seems very clean. My deck does not need it's not a puzzle at all. It's just a pile of good cards. So I'm cutting 8 cards and bringing in 8 cards. We'll talk about what I'm taking out first. I'm going to trim an Ocelot Pride. We kind of hemmed and hawed about what 1 drop to cut because I think you're cutting one of them. Ultimately, I went with Ocelot Pride because I know that this deck brings Pyroclasm in, and Ocelot Pride plays into Pyroclasm the hardest. So I want to trim there. Maybe on the draw, it's a Ragavan, but I like that Ragavan can be dashed post Pyroclasm, so I'm going to keep it in there. I'm going to cut 2 Static Prisons. It's good, but it's sorcery speed removal, and Max's deck can go off out of nowhere, so we've got some selections out of our sideboard that are going to be quite a bit better than a sorcery speed Static Prison. We're going to cut a Bolt. It's just we're trimming one of our instant speed interactive spells. Again, we're bringing in more instants, and Bolt's probably the worst one. Discharge can deal with everything, including large constructs. So I just think I want discharges in my deck. We're going to cut an Expressive Iteration just to get another blue pip out of the deck because we're bringing more blue pips into the deck, and there's only like 3 blue sources in our deck, so we got to be careful. I'm going to cut a Phlage because it's a little bit slow, and I'm going to cut the One Ring because other than giving me card advantage, it doesn't really help me press my advantage. And if I start to take turns off to draw cards, Max can just win through that, so that sounds bad. What I'm bringing in, I'm going to bring in 3 of my 4 copies of Consign to Memory. I'd like to bring in 4, but it could also come up where like Max doesn't do something and they consign for a few turns and it gets stuck in my hand. So I really only want to draw 1 to 2 tops a game. So I'm only bringing in 3. I'm going to bring in 2 Damping Spheres. When a Damping Sphere is resolved, if Max can't answer it, it stops him from ever winning the game. It's very cool. He can't beat me fairly. So if he can't combo, Damping Sphere is going to do the trick. And then I'm bringing in 1 Thraben Charm. All the modes are good. It can instant speed deal with a creature. It can instant speed deal with an Underworld Breach, and it can instant speed exile a graveyard. All effects we want. There's more on the sideboard, but we have to be careful how many of these effects we're bringing in. We're also going to bring in 2 Exercise, which is another modal card. It's going to let me either exile an artifact or enchantment or creature with power 4 or greater. Artifacts are the One Ring. I can exile that. Enchantment is going to be the Breach. And unfortunately, creature with power 4 or greater really just comes down to construct. We don't want to be doing that with our exercises, but at the end of the day, if we need to, the option's there.
Artifact.
It's doing, I can still pick it though. So all of our cards are here. They're coming in. All of those cards are going out, and I'm going to play because I got ranched game 1.
You're much scarier on the play.
Me much scarier on the play.
You were just on the play, but I had a combo hand.
I had a slow hand too because I didn't know what you were playing.
You didn't do anything.
1, 2,
on
3,
turn
4, 5, 6, 7. This hand sucks. There's a thing I can do.
This has a Haywire Mite and a Spell Snare, but absolutely nothing else. I'm not going to be greedy. There's a part of me that's greedy and wants to keep this no white source Ragavan hand, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm gonna make Bailey proud. I think I'm gonna ship this too.
That's clunky and slow and bad. I think you don't want that. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, 7. Yeah, we keep this.
I will keep this as well. We're gonna put back a thing.
I'm still deciding what goes back. It's a little unclear right now. Ultimately, I think it'll be this card. No. Yeah, this card. You ready to go, Max?
I'm ready to go.
All right, I'm gonna shock in this Sacred Foundry. And I'm going to play me a...
Do it.
What one drop to lead on is always the big question.
It's a Pride.
It's a guide.
It's guide.
Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to shock in this breeding pool. Beep,
Yes.
boop. Here's a Tameo.
So glad I didn't open on that Ragavan.
Here's a Mox Amber.
You got it.
Here's a Haywire Mite.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw. All right, let's play this Flooded Strand, fetch, and shock. We're going to go grab, how much white versus red do I need? Even? Yeah, even. Let's grab a Hallowed Fountain.
Sweet. You already have your one red. Other than Phlage and Flashback, you don't need double red.
Well, there's a lot of double spell turns that come up in this deck as well, but we're not there yet. We've got some draw steps, I guess is what I'm saying. We're going to get a Hallowed Fountain into play, untapped, go to 15. Love to see it.
You've got life gain on the table.
I do, and it's going to happen. Because I'm going to play Ajani.
Oh, no.
Trigger Guide of Souls.
Yep.
I'm going to get a life and an energy. Trigger Ajani is going to make a dude, so I'm going to get a life and an energy. Kitty cat.
That's a lot.
Unfortunately, I can't do any flight things, but this still seems okay-ish. I'll pass to you.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. That's not what I wanted. Here's a Saga.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'd like to start drawing cards.
Makes
Let's
sense.
make a clue. I think getting my combo there is more important right now than interacting with or blocking his guys.
Sure, I can see that.
Yeah. I know it doesn't do a whole lot. And if you just untap and Phlage it and it dies, I need to at least get something out of it. I am going to play this Soul Guide Lantern now.
Yeah, that's good.
Even though it's not getting anything, we're going to exile that. I just need to get it out of my hand so we're ready to go. And I will pass the turn.
I will untap. I will draw. Ooh, that's a land. I'll play an Arena of Glory.
Gross. So you didn't need double red at all.
True.
You just drew it.
Very true. What do I want to do here? I think I want that Ajani to just be, or that Ragavan to just be in play. I'm going to exert this Arena of Glory.
Sweet.
And with that, I am going to play this Ragavan. Floating the red.
You have floated a red.
That's going to trigger Guide of Souls, so I gain a life, do all that.
I hate everything.
Then I'm going to tap for a white and find out if you've got a spell snare. I'm going to try to exercise your Urza Saga.
I hate everything about this. I do not.
Great.
Yeah. It's gone.
All right, cool. I'm going to go to combat.
Yep.
This has haste, so I'll attack like this,
Are you
like
gonna
that,
float it?
like this, and I'm going to float. I'm going to pay 3 energy
Attack with that as well.
and float. Why wouldn't I? Float the Ragavan of all things.
Gross. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. The last card in my hand's Expressive Iteration too.
I do want to save my Haywire Mite for exiling a hate
Bombardment
piece,
or something, yeah.
anything. So I'm not going to block. I'm going to take
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Gross.
All right, trigger Ragavan. I have a treasure. That's exile. We'll leave that in exile. Go ahead.
My win condition
Yeah,
is
you
gone.
can't win anymore.
All right. Well, I'm going to draw a card with my clue.
Yep.
That was poopy doopy.
That was a great turn for me.
I hated everything
That was an
about
awesome
that.
turn for
I don't know how else, how to win anymore. Yeah, I really don't know how to win anymore. I needed that Saga. Everything is poopy.
Tough, buddy. That's tough.
Tough. All right, Tameo.
No blocks.
Here's a clue. Here's a Scalding Tarn. Here's a Mishra's Bauble. I'm gonna bobble you. Sure. Okay. Yep, you can have it. I'm gonna play another Tameo so I can block.
Yep. Good.
No, that was horrible. I hated that. Go ahead.
On tap, you draw.
I will draw.
And then this is no longer exerted, but it can't untap yet. And I draw.
It was a land.
I kind of am into having this land. I'm going to Tameo sure can block. Let's try to do something about it. I'm going to cast Expressive Iteration.
Yeah, I'm just about dead.
1, 2, 3. Whelp, exile, bottom, hand. This will stay in exile for a moment. I'll play a land for turn. I'm going to... I don't know what's the best way to do this. Well, yeah, I'm going to fetch now. I don't know at what point I'm supposed to play that bombardment, but I think I'll do it pre-combat just because. And I have a treasure, so it doesn't really matter what source I get. I can pretty comfortably just go get a basic plains. Because I have a treasure to crack for that bombardment. Bombardment?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go to combat. Full sending at you, my dude. Hiya.
Well, let's do some blocking.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I hate everything about this.
Chump Ragavan with Tameo.
I'm going to be chumping Ragavan with Tameo.
Yeah.
I'm going to block your kitty cat here.
Yeah.
Trump there. I'm going to crack this. I think I got to try to blow up your Goblin Bombardment right now.
Your Mox Amber does it, right?
It doesn't tap for green yet.
Oh, because Tam's not flipped.
Tameo's not
right?
flipped. I do have to fetch and...
You have to go get a stomping.
Uh-oh.
Is Stomping in your hand?
It's in my hand.
Can you not blow up my
can't even
Goblin
blow it up.
Bombardment?
No. We don't have to shock. We're going to
Great.
crack a clue.
Great. Go to damage.
This is so bad.
Is damage okay?
No.
So Tamiyo dies. Haywire Mite dies here. You take 2, but you gain 2. So you actually stay at 9. But this Ajani flips because it traded. Or, yeah, it didn't trade.
I do have
kitty
to
traded.
crack my clue before Tamiyo dies.
Yes. So you can have mana for
So
it.
I can have mana for it. I drew another land.
Great.
This game is over.
I'm going to activate Ajani.
Okay.
This comes into play. I get a life. I get an energy. I have a red permanent. Take 3.
You have 2 red permanents.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Pass to you.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
There's
Well,
no Thassa's Oracle in your deck, so you just straight up can't win.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I can Urza's Saga token you to death. This doesn't tap for anything, and I can't cast this One Ring in my hand.
That's tough, buddy.
So I think before I play that, I'm going to crack this and draw a card.
Yeah.
Oh, I drew another land.
That's great, buddy.
I will pass the turn.
If
I'm
there
gonna I'm gonna fetch shock to put me at 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna just at the end of your turn then sacrifice all 3
Okay,
of
I
these phase. All right, that was all gas, no breaks. The game
That was a lot.
that put you on the play for game 3. Any sideboard changes? I'm gonna leave mine as it is.
On the play, I do want one of my Unholy Heats back.
Yeah,
I want to be able to have the option of either surveilling or just killing your 1-drop on my turn.
sure.
I think that's a little bit better. I'm going to take out 1 Mumble.
Sweet. Yeah, Mumble seems a little slow.
All right.
All right,
I've had enough of you.
You get to be on the play. You won game 1. I just got one good one, and you're already mad.
That was a lot. that was a lot.
It was a lot. Ooh, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep.
I've got multiple Underworld breaches and nothing to do with them. We're going to mulligan.
I have 2 lands and 5 spells. I'm going to keep. Seems good.
Uphill battle. Here we go. Just don't Ragavan me and take my 1 win con. The one of win con in the entire deck.
Ragavan busted 2024? I hope so. We have 8 of them. Where's the Ragavan Psychic Frog deck? Where's that deck?
Right? Didn't we try that? Nethergoy for Ragavan and Psychic Frog?
Yeah, the deck was
all at
pretty
once?
good. I mean, to be fair, when we
That
tried
was
it on the
Darcy.
channel, it was
That was
the
Darcy.
Yeah, that's true. It was Darcy. That Grixis deck to this day was like we've never seen it online. It hasn't popped up, but it has been when we played it. It was insane.
I
We
loved
were
it.
like, this deck is nuts. Like we couldn't figure out how to beat it.
That was before these cards even came out.
Yeah,
When we were just
you were trying them
pre-release.
this thing releasing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
you've already
mulliganing. You don't get to cut me.
That's how that works.
This hand's good.
Lands, Malevolent Rumble. Interesting. Surveilling. Urza Saga. We're going to put a land back.
All right, you're on the play.
I am on the play. I'm going to
Serval?
Serval.
Serval.
I like that card. That's a good card.
Dope.
Yep, go ahead.
Good draw. I'm actually gonna do a change up this game. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna fetch shock just for a Sacred Foundry. And I'm gonna play Ragavan
That's
and pass to
Ragavan.
you.
Untap, upkeep, draw. We're going to fetch shock. We're getting
Mumble?
a breeding pool. I'm going to play an Emery.
Ooh, Emmy.
I do have a Mumble, but I think Emery is the way to go.
That's fair.
It might even just stand in front of your Ragavan.
1, 2. Yeah, they trade.
Yeah, depending on what I hit.
But you have a bauble, right?
I
Or
do
a
have
Amber
I
or
have a
something?
bauble. Yeah. Okay. Fetch shock. Here is my Babal.
Yep.
Here is 1, 2. Emery costs 2.
It happens.
Mill 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We milled a
Bye, Pyroclasm.
Let's look at the top of yours. I hate everything about that.
Ooh, it's an exercise.
I'm gonna pass the turn.
Draw this exercise.
I'm gonna draw on your upkeep.
All right. Here is a Aether Hub that triggers and gives us an energy. Then I would like to Galvanic Discharge Emery,
Oh.
going up an energy off of that.
If this is an Urza Saga,
And
or if
attack
this is
for
a
2.
Thassa's Oracle, okay, it's an Underworld Breach.
All right, I get a treasure.
You do. I'll take 2.
Then I'm going to, interesting, what I'm supposed to do here. I'm not sure. Do I know about that saga? I don't think I do.
No, but
Yeah.
seeing that you drew an exercise makes me really
I'm not going to
sad.
hold the exercise up though, because I have no clue that exists. So here's just a Guide of Souls, paying
That's
in
a guide.
energy. Go ahead.
Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. That's not bad. That's a start. Let's look at the top of yours.
Boop.
I hate that. God damn it.
Is it good?
It's a Phlage. I'm not casting this Tamiyo now.
Good.
Ew. I am going to play the Series of Saga.
Yeah.
It gets a counter. We are going to
Mumble. Mumble's good.
Come to me, Eldrazi spawn. We're going to take a grinding station.
Yeah.
That's a start.
Good.
That's a start.
It's not nothing.
It's not a win, but it is a start. I am going to cast this Tamio and make you use that Phlage, or at least be able to put a blocker in front of a Ragavan.
True.
And I will pass turn.
Untap, draw this Phlage.
Make you have to choose between killing Tamio or my Saga with your Exorcism.
Very true. Very, very true. I think it is time to use my Phlage and try to press an advantage. If I had my land drop here, I'd probably do something a little bit different, but I don't. I could also just iteration here. That is a line I have. I could just iteration and try to find like a land drop this turn and hold the Phlage. But I think that, you know, interestingly, if I Phlage you, no, I don't have to use this for colored mana, so never mind. I was about to say something sad, but I don't have to do anything sad. I'm going to cast Phlage. I'm going to take out the Tamio and gain 3. Then I'm going to go to combat.
You gain 4.
I gain 4,
and an energy.
And an energy. Then I'll attack for 3. I don't have enough energy to jump anything, so.
I am going to block.
Chump the rag, take 1.
Take 1.
Pass to you.
Untap, upkeep, draw, trigger. Dun, 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 dun.
What do you have in hand? 3.
2.
4. Now you get 2. Play the ring.
I think we're on the make constructs and try to survive for a moment. Plan?
Seems reasonable.
Yep. Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Shock in this Sacred Foundry.
I hate that.
Love that for me. Would I take a trade for a Saga here? Yeah, combat.
Yep.
Attack.
I'm gonna make a token.
The token has been made.
I would like to move to blocks.
Blocks are good.
Block a Ragavan.
Take a trade there, take 1.
I'll take 1.
I'm going to exercise
Saga.
Saga.
It is gone.
Then I will pass.
I'm gonna crack.
Yep.
We're surveilling.
Servalin.
We're gonna find that Edge Maze. I didn't know that, right? I didn't know
Nope.
that.
It should still be in your deck.
There it is. Edgy boy. We have a chance.
There you go.
Surveil. That is a good one. I think I have to bin it. It's a spell snare.
Yep.
I'm gonna untap, upkeep, draw. Grinding station.
Grinding station's good.
Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay. Let's start here. Use an energy. We'll try to cast Expressive Iteration.
Yep, I've been my spell
All
snare.
right. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's interesting. Let's exile Amped Raptor. Put this card in my hand and this one on the bottom. That goes here.
We hit our 4th lane drop.
4th land.
Wow.
Tap for 2. Play Amped Raptor.
I am going to heat there right now.
Heat Guide. Amped Raptor enters.
Yep.
Go up to 3 energy.
Yep.
All right, trigger Amped Raptor. Galvanic Discharge. I'm going to use an energy and Galvanic Discharge my Amped Raptor, paying 0 energy, so I would have 5.
That seems good.
Pass to you.
Untap, upkeep, draw. That's a start. There's a shifting woodland. Here's a Emery.
Emery is unfortunately good.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can tap 2 for that. That's fine. That's how that works. We have hit our other Pyroclasm. That's
Yahoo. Is that
Yahoo. It? That's it. I did hit the One Ring.
Ja.
I would suggest killing Emery.
You lose an energy.
Emery is dead.
Kill Emery. Exile these.
1, 2, 3.
Attack for 2.
1, 2.
Go.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Okay. I think I have you.
1 card in hand.
Underworld Reach.
Yep. Yeah, this is
neat. We got to figure out how to do this though. All right. Here's a Mishra's Bauble.
Bauble's good. Yep.
And I will
3.
exile 3. Here is on Emery. I will exile 3.
There she blows.
Yep. Lands. Get out of there, lands. Mill 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the Mamber.
And that is it.
I think that does it. So
that
here's
does
how we
just
do
do
it. We're gonna cast this Mamber. Here's 3 more lands gone or spells gone. This has an untapped trigger on the stack. I'm going to sacrifice my Bauble and mill myself 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this will untap from that entering. Let's float a blue. And then we're going to go through this loop where I mill myself 3 and sack my Amber. And then I'm going to cast it with my Underworld Breach. We're just going to keep going.
Always exiling the cards.
Always exiling until I don't exile. I've
Thoracle.
got tons of cards in my graveyard.
But the Thoracle's already there.
have the Thoracle.
So you just
we're
do
just
that.
going to flip it upside down and cast Thoracle.
I have the answer to the Thoracle, but I don't have any way to use it.
Sweet.
Sick. All right. Yep. He drew the card.
did it.
He drew the one card that did it. And he was hellbent, and we tried, and he got us anyway.
We did it.
We did
Wow,
have you.
that was-
We did have you dead on tap, obviously. Bombardment in hand, so 9 plus 1.
Very dead.
Very dead, but doesn't matter because Grinding Breach can win out of absolutely nowhere.
One
which is
card.
part of the reason the deck's so sweet right now. That's all we got for you. Look forward to some more Grinding Breach next round. We're going to play it against something spicy. But for today, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, see ya next time.
Bye.